Hello, today we will discuss some theorems and which are very simple, but before proving these theorems we will discuss Hermitian matrix, skew Hermitian matrix, symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. So symmetric matrix, a square matrix A is said to be symmetric matrix if its ijth element is equal to the jith element. Okay, and similarly skew symmetric matrix, a square matrix is said to be skew symmetric matrix if ijth element is equal to the its negative, means jth element is equal to the minus jith element. Similarly, Hermitian matrix, a square matrix A is said to be Hermitian if ijth element is equal to the conjugate complex of jith element. That means aij is equal to aji bar. Okay, similarly skew Hermitian matrix means aij is equal to minus aji bar. If A is a skew Hermitian matrix, then its elements, that is aij, must be pure imaginary number or must be real. Okay, these are some definition and some properties, that is if A is a Hermitian matrix, then IA is a skew Hermitian matrix. Okay, if A is a Hermitian matrix, then IA is skew Hermitian matrix. And if A is a skew Hermitian matrix, then IA is a Hermitian matrix. You should know these properties since we are going to use these properties in proving the theorems. Okay, and this is your given, these are given in your book in the chapter of algebra of matrices. So you can see, and these definitions are very simple, and you people are also very intelligent, so there is no problem in understanding these theorems. Now, nature of characteristic roots of special types of matrices. This is your topics, and corresponding theorems is that the characteristic roots of a Hermitian matrix are real. Characteristic roots of a Hermitian matrix are real. Proof: if A is a Hermitian matrix, then lambda is a characteristic roots of matrix A, and X is the corresponding characteristic vectors. Then we may have Ax is equal to lambda x. Okay, this is by definition. Ax is equal to lambda x, and this is your equation number 1. Now pre-multiplying both sides of 1 by x की power theta, and then we get x की power theta ax is equal to lambda x की power theta x. We have pre-multiplied by x की power theta both sides, and let it be equation number 2. Now taking conjugate transpose of both sides of equation number 2, we get x की power theta ax and in bracket and power theta, and this is your equal to in bracket lambda x power theta x bracket closed power theta. This implies that x के पावर थीटा a की पावर थीटा x के पावर थीटा के पावर थीटा, and this is your equal to lambda के पावर थीटा x के पावर थीटा x के पावर थीटा की पावर थीटा. This implies that x power theta a power theta x is equal to lambda bar x के power theta x. You can write, since x की power theta is equal to x, so we have written this, and this implies that x की power theta ax equal to lambda bar x की power theta x. Here a की power theta is equal to a, since a is a Hermitian matrix, therefore in this case a theta is equal to a. So x के पावर थीटा ax is equal to lambda bar x के पावर थीटा x, and let it be equation number 3. And now from equation number 2 and 3 you will get lambda x के पावर थीटा x is equal to lambda bar x के पावर थीटा x. Okay, compare this, you will get this, and this implies that lambda minus lambda bar in bracket lambda minus lambda bar multiplied by x के power theta x equal to 0, and this is your equal to lambda minus lambda bar equal to 0, and this implies that lambda is equal to lambda bar. Thus we see that lambda, that is characteristic root, is real. Here x is not equal to 0, it means x के power theta x is also not equal to 0. Therefore we have taken lambda minus lambda bar equal to 0. Okay, hence the theorem. Now we will discuss next theorem. This is also very simple. Theorem: the characteristic roots of a real symmetric matrix are all real. Okay, the characteristic roots of a real symmetric matrix are all real. You know symmetric matrix, and if its elements are real, then it is called a real symmetric matrix. So we have here proof. If the elements of a Hermitian matrix are all real, then A, matrix A, is also a real symmetric matrix. Okay, thus a real symmetric matrix is a Hermitian matrix. Okay, and it means characteristic roots of a Hermitian matrix are real. Hence, with the help of the previous theorem, you can prove that the characteristic roots of a real symmetric matrix are all real. So, first of all, you prove the previous theorem and add these lines, and in this way you will complete your theorem, proof of the theorem. Now next theorem, the characteristic roots of a skew Hermitian matrix are either pure imaginary or zero. Proof: if A is a Hermitian, if A is a skew Hermitian matrix, okay, you know a Hermitian matrix Aij is equal to Aj bar, and skew Hermitian matrix means Aij is equal to minus Aj bar. So if A is a skew Hermitian matrix, it means Ia is also Hermitian. If lambda be a characteristic root of matrix A, then Ax is equal to lambda x, and we pre-multiply both sides by I. Then we have in bracket Ia multiplied by x is equal to in bracket I lambda multiplied by x. Okay, from this it follows that I lambda is a characteristic root of Ia, and which is Hermitian, hence I lambda is real. Therefore either lambda must be 0 or pure imaginary, and this is the property of the theorem as we discussed in starting of the lecture. Now next theorem, the characteristic roots of real skew symmetric matrix. Characteristic roots of a real skew symmetric matrix are either pure imaginary or zero. These all theorem are interconnected, and give the proof of the previous theorem and add these lines. Your theorem in this way will be completed. Proof of the theorem will be completed. Here we have the proof. The characteristic roots of a real skew symmetric matrix are either pure imaginary or zero. For that means since every such matrix is a skew Hermitian matrix, and a skew matrix Hermitian matrix have either pure imaginary or zero roots. Okay, means characteristic roots of a skew Hermitian matrix are either pure imaginary or zero, and since every such matrix is a skew Hermitian matrix, and hence the results follows, and hence the theorem. Okay, you have give the proof of the previous theorem just previous theorem, and then add these lines. you will get the proof of the theorem. Okay, now one more important theorem. The characteristic roots of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. Similarly, you can prove that characteristic roots of a orthogonal matrix are of unit modulus. So first we will prove that characteristic roots of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. Proof: if A is a unitary matrix, it means A theta A equal to I by definition, and let it be equation number 1. Now if lambda be a characteristic root of A, then you can write Ax is equal to lambda x. This is your equation number 2. Now we take conjugate transpose of both sides of equation number 2, and then we get in bracket ax के power theta equal to lambda x के power theta, and this implies that x के power theta a के power theta equal to lambda bar x के power theta, and let it be equation number 3. Now we consider equation number 2 and equation number 3. So from equation number 2 and equation number 3 you will have x के power theta a के power theta in one bracket multiplied by in bracket ax, and this is your equal to lambda bar lambda x के power theta x. See both equations, equation number 2 and 3, and this implies that x के power theta in bracket a के power theta a x and equal to lambda bar lambda x के power theta x, and this implies that x के power theta I, since a theta a is equal to I into x, and this is your equal to lambda bar lambda x के power theta x. Very simple. And this implies that x के power x equal to lambda bar lambda x के power theta x, and this implies that you can write also x के power theta x and in bracket lambda lambda bar minus 1 equal to 0, and let it be equation number 4. Now since x is not equal to 0, it implies x के power theta is not equal to 0. It means x के power theta x is also not equal to 0. Therefore from equation number 4 we have lambda lambda bar minus 1 equal to 0, and this implies that lambda lambda bar equal to 1, and this implies that mod of lambda square equal to 1, and this implies that mod of lambda is equal to 1. Hence the theorem. So this is very important theorem, and you should practice this theorem. Now next theorem: the characteristic roots of an orthogonal matrix are of unit modulus. In previous theorem we proved for unitary matrix. Now we will prove for orthogonal matrix. This proof is also very simple. If the elements of a unitary matrix A are real, okay, if you have considered a unitary matrix, and suppose if the elements of unitary matrix are all real, then A is said to be an orthogonal matrix. Means unitary matrix will be orthogonal matrix, and hence the result follows. Here you have to write down as a k power theta equal to a dash, and this implies that a k power theta is equal to a dash I a equal to I. So use a theta equal to a dash and you will get the proof of the theorem in the same way. Okay, I think there is no problem. If you find any problem, then discuss me. Okay, I am sure that there will be no problem. Now we will discuss some examples. So we are going to discuss very simple example. Determine the characteristic roots of the matrix A is equal to, in first row 0 1 2, in second row we have 1 0 minus 1, and in third row we have 2 minus 1 0. So in this problem we will find characteristic equation, that is determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0, and in this way we will get the roots of the matrix. So we have the characteristic matrix of A is equal to matrix A minus lambda I, and this is your equal to A, that is 0 1 2 in first row, and in second row 1 0 minus 1, in third row 2 minus 1 0. This is your A, and minus lambda multiplied by unit matrix of order 3, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 in third row. Similarly, then we have determinant matrix 0 minus lambda 1 2 in first row, in second row we have 1 0 minus lambda minus 1, and in third row we have 2 minus 1 0 minus lambda. Okay, now the characteristic polynomial of matrix A will be determinant A minus lambda I equal to, in first row you have minus lambda 1 2. Okay, you can write in second row 1 minus lambda minus 1, and in third row you have 2 minus 1 minus lambda. Now we solve this determinant, so you will get as minus lambda multiplied by lambda square minus 1 minus 1 multiplied by in bracket minus lambda plus 2 plus z multiplied by in bracket minus 1 plus 2 lambda, and similarly you will get minus lambda cube plus 6 lambda minus 4, and the characteristic equation of the matrix of the characteristic equation of A is will be A minus determinant A minus lambda I equal to 0. Okay, that means lambda cube minus 6 lambda plus 4 equal to 0, and we factorize this. We see that 2 is a lambda minus 2 will be a factor of this equation, So we take lambda minus 2 in one bracket, and rest is lambda square plus 2 lambda minus 2 is equal to 0. Thus we see that roots of the equations are 2 and minus 1 plus minus under root 3. This is very simple, and it is sometimes asked in your exam, so prepare this. Now next example, determine the eigenvalues of the matrix A, and this is your equal to, in first row, AHG, in second row 0 B 0, and in third row it is 0 C C. So you have to find the characteristic equation. This is your equal to determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. So write down, this is your equal to determinant A minus lambda B G in first row. Okay, and in second row 0 B minus lambda 0, and in third row 0 C minus lambda. Okay, and this is your equal to 0. And if you solve this determinant, then you will get A minus lambda B minus lambda C minus lambda equal to 0. This implies that lambda is equal to A B C. That means eigenvalues of matrix A are A B C. Okay, so these are very simple theorems, examples, but very important. So this is all about up to date lecture, and keep yourself happy. Thank you.